Hey, third graders, and welcome to today's math lesson on expanded notation. What is expanded notation? Well, I'm going to show you. Don't worry, it's not quite as hard as it sounds. Expanded notation. So here's what it means. Okay, let's start with the number 394. Because there are three numbers, there are three places. 4 is in the ones place. 9 is in the tens. 3 is in the ones. Three different places. Okay, so this is kind of like how the numbers have a value. Like 3 in the hundreds place, as you know, isn't worth 3, it's worth 300. So this is a little bit about using our values. So 9 isn't 9 because there's 9 tens, it's 90. And 4 in the ones is just 4. So we're going to pull this number apart and reconstruct it by using the values. Let me just show you so you get it. So we're going to start with the biggest number. Not 9, we're going to start with 3 because it's in the hundred spot. So that's why it's that's why it's the biggest number, because it's really 300. It's not 3, it's 300. So using 394, first I write down 300 for the 3 in the hundred spot. Okay, then I make a little addition sign because I have to add the numbers that are still there. What's next? A 9. But it's not a 9 because it's 9 in the tens. So really I'm adding not 9, but 90. See the pattern? Got one more number to deal with. Okay, I'm done because I've pulled all these numbers out and expanded them to their value. 300 plus 90 plus 4. That's turning that number into an expanded notation. That's the answer. That was what I want you to turn that into, an expanded notation. That's the example there. I'm going to do a couple more examples. Don't worry. Okay, another example. In the hundreds place, I have a 6. In the tens place, I have a 1. In the ones place, I have a 5. That makes that number 615. Now, we're going to pull it apart from the hundreds place, next the tens, and then the 5. Just like we did before. When I'm done, that's my expanded notation of 615. Notice the 6 is in the hundreds, so it's 600, plus 1 in the tens is 10, plus 5 is just 5. Notice the pattern. Another example. Okay, that's a bigger number, 4,871. It's the same idea. Now I have 4 in the thousands. So what's going to be down here? That's right, blank thousand. 8 in the hundreds, what number is going to be down here? Blank hundred. Okay, 7 in the tens is going to be blankety, and just 1 ought to be just 1. So let's see, all we're doing is making it into a addition sentence. 4 becomes 4,000. 8 is really in the hundreds place, so it's 800. 7 in the tens is really 70, and 1. So you're just rewriting this number and you're expanding it to make it longer. It equals the same, you're just taking it apart and making it bigger. Let's do another one. Okay, I'll try to do this step by step. Start with the biggest number. What I mean by that is in the thousands, the biggest place maybe. So that's going to be 7,000. Plus what? Okay. 4, but not 4. 4 in the hundreds place. So plus 400. Okay. Tens. 8 in the tens, I think we all know, is 80. And notice I have 3 spots there and 3 numbers. I have a 4th spot, so I need a 4th number. It's going to be 9. So when you see this number and the directions are to use expanded notation to rename that number, you go from that to that. Let's do one more. So the directions are turn that number into expanded notation. Now, they're all threes. You might think that's confusing, but remember, it shouldn't be that confusing because they all equal something. They all have a place and a value. So that first three, as you know, in the thousands place is going to be, that's right, 3,000 plus 300 plus 30 plus 3. Take it apart, make it longer, expand it. One more example. Last example, and then you can try this on your own in today's math. Remember, I give you a number. Today the directions are going to be the same for every problem. Take that number and expand it. What does that mean? Well, our first number is probably going to be 7,000. Our second number in the hundreds place, probably going to make that plus 500. A 1 in the tens is probably going to be worth 10, and 7 in the ones is probably going to be worth 7, don't you think? When we look at the answer, how to expand it, there we go. 7 goes into 7,000, 5 in the hundreds place turns into 500, 1 in the tens place is 10, and you write 7 as 7, and that's how you do every problem. All right, I hope this made sense, and I look forward to seeing your answers on Schoology. Great job, math awesome people.